mic was probably annoying. What we opening? Bro, it is in title of stream. We'll be opening Burst Protocol, but I also have Maze of Muertos. So we are going to open both. Haircut? Yeah, I cut it a while ago, but that's a crazy thing to just walk in and call me. What up, Gigs? Gigs, the producer. He said, what's good, my GGY? How you all doing? When there's the new set coming out with when's the new set with Overframe? I think it's coming out in Japan really soon. So in the US, I don't think we have a hard date, but I would guess probably third quarter of the year, but I don't know exactly when. What up, Q? Gamer Dad. Taishi. You changed the title? I didn't, but okay. Name that haircut? I was gonna make it your mom joke, but Konami sent me these, so I can't while out too much yet. Konami sent me some boxes of Burst Protocol. I'm just now getting around to opening these. I've already used a lot of the cards in the set. I went to my regional playing Archfiends, actually, so I'll go over the card by card on that. Burst Fate? Oh, guys. Okay, so here's the story behind the hair. Let's just get this up out of the way. Okay. I was planning, and I say was because I don't know, I'm starting to get a little hesitant on it, but I was planning on growing my hair out. But as you guys know, historically, the top of my hair was always bigger than like the sides, and it still kind of is. So I brought the top down to like match more of the sides. So we're trying to like even out the sides and the top so it could grow evenly. But just because I've never grown my hair out, I want to see what that would look like. I've never done it. So that was kind of the plan. So we're just kind of in this awkward limbo of the hair's short, but the idea is it's going to grow long eventually. Joe 10, appreciate the 5 gifteds, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, bro. Always good to see you. Go bald so it grows even? Nah, I won't be doing the bald thing. Be getting a Nuzlocke vid tomorrow as long as it gets sent to me. I did my part in recording. Thumbnail artist knows, and my editor knows, so as long as it gets done. How many times do you have to go to the barber to keep your hair always looking fresh? I go once every 2 weeks. Yeah. Look at the screenshot I got. I threw it in the group chat. Let me see what you got. What group chat? Oh, what about it? It's just somebody's deck overseas. I mean, it looks cool though. Oh, that's the one. That's the thing. Okay. I noticed. Oh, phone group chat. My bad. I was looking at something else. But yeah, this hair is temporary. I can fix your car, no problem. Yeah, it doesn't work as well. Come on. That's you. Everyone knows in an alternate dimension, Dino was a mechanic, bro. He was either a mechanic or he like loaded boxes onto trucks. Just a comic nerd, appreciate the 60 months. SSJ Dindy, appreciate the gifted sub. All right, so I got a box which cover up any form of addies. I have a box that was sent to me from Konami. This has Burst Protocol in it, which we're gonna open up. And then I also have boxes of Maze of Muertos, because although, by the way, I'm like of the 1% of people that I've heard say Maze of Muertos, I feel like I'm like the 1% of people who say it correctly. I've heard people say Maze of the Muertos, Maze of Muertos, Maze of Miert. Like, bro, it's not that hard. Anyway, there's only one proper way to open up a box. And that's with a katana. Come on now. This is how a powerful man opens up a box. Ah! Boy. Did I trick you? Did I make you think I cut off finger? Bubble one. All right, they sent me 2 boxes of burst. I have opened a lot of burst already. I have pretty much everything that I want out of burst. But actually, no, I still haven't pulled Forbidden Crown. So I would like to pull that. That would be hype. That's the one card that I haven't pulled of. I mean, I was really looking for Archfiend stuff, which isn't extremely high rarity. But that was kind of like what I wanted to build. And I did, and it performed well. Again, I'll show the deck that I ran at the regional and at a local or two in a bit and kind of explain the thought process or whatever. The hair's throwing me off. You'll be all right, bro. You'll be all right. I should have showed up bald. I'm going to throw a hat on. All right. You'll be okay, bro. All right. Anyway. All right. So we also have better quality. Better quality. I took my old lens and it's now my camera, like my top down camera. And then I have a new lens for like my face. So the quality a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? A little more crispy. You can see the callus on my hand from all the lifting I've been doing, you know what I'm saying? All the lifting I've been doing, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. In a way you could disrespect the barber by putting the hat on. Nah, it's not to disrespect, bro. It's just, you know, people in here. They it's like main character syndrome, you know? Like if like when GT Vegeta first pulled up with his different hair, then it was, you know, it was like, whoa, you know, you're just not used to it. Like you're used to the character having a certain hairstyle. So when he pulls up with something different, you're like, what the fuck? Anyway. Bro looks different. My bad, bro. Okay. Anyway. Why is your hair shorter? Typically, that's what happens when your hair gets cut. Temporary. Temporary shorter hair. Because it's going to grow out. Unless I change my mind. Not the hair, but the stash for me. Oh, yeah? And my barber did bring the stash a little thin this week, but whatever. Anyway, opening 2 boxes of Burst Protocol. Enough about my hair, guys. Come on, let's focus on Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah? Focus on a little bit of Yu-Gi-Mons. Bro look like a good guy. Why did that feel insulting? Why do I feel like I want to... Why did that feel insulting? Bro looks like a good guy. Bro looks like a friendly fella. That might have pissed me off. Anyway, hold on. Let me get these boxes ready. Should I go over the deck first? What do y'all want? One's in chat if you want me to... Actually, let me do a poll. Do we want to do the deck list of the Archfiend deck list first, or do we want to do the openings first? I'm gonna do a poll. Hold up. It looks like a sweetie pie. That's what your mom said. All right. Which first? Opening deck profile. All right. Which one are we doing first? My mom? Show her the phone. Show her your phone. Let me know what she say. Bro looks like a good example. Oh my God. I gotta start saying sleep. I gotta start. Ooh, you're lucky, Konami. You're lucky Konami gonna see this, bro. I'm wild out right now. Woo. Your girlfriend looks like my mom. Didn't you get that from that's Tyler the Creator? Bro looks like he cares. All right, looks like we're doing the opening first. All right, it's winning by a lot. It's not really close. All right, Burst Protocol. Lego. Let's see if we can pull a Forbidden Crown. Forbidden Crown, I don't know exactly what it's running for now, but I know it was a lot. Dino. How much Forbidden Crown running for these days? Archfiend. Conduction, Warrior, Plasma, Magnum. We actually have gotten some good results from Magnet Warriors of all things. I've seen Magnet Warriors topping some events. $200 for the Starlight and 80 for the Secret. That's a lot. So basically, one Forbidden Crown will, at the time of this recording at least, regardless of its rarity, will make up for the value of either of these boxes. Which is kind of dope. Just kind of dope. 80 pounds or dollars. We go by dollars over here. We don't go by Monopoly money. People get offended by that. We don't go by your European / Australian GP. You know what I'm saying? I've got 3 GP and 3 bottles of lint. Dollar, bro. We speak American over here. Canadian dollar or US dollar? I was about to say, did I get no shiny cards up in here? Shiny teeth in me? Where's that GP? Yeah, they got that RuneScape money. I do miss the days. Has this Draco... okay, so I haven't played against too many Draco... Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I've played against Draco Tail, but I haven't seen them bring out the new one. I actually don't really know how good or not great this card is. Draco Tail Shaulas. Is this card any Draco Tail players? Or is this card any deep? Like, any good? Can I speak? Target 2 Draco Tail. Field. Shuffle all 3 into the deck. Okay, so it's like spot removal in exchange for bringing 2 of your Draco Tails back. So you recur and spot removal. I mean, that's pretty good. Draco Tail needed a way to just like straight up out something, right? Am I excited for Xenoverse 3? Duh. Bro pulled up to the guy who's been playing Xenoverse 2 for 10 years, asking if he's excited for the next one. Probably. Probably. I can't say this guy's nickname, but I still do want to play with this. This is perfect for Tistina. Perfect Tistina support. Also, can be searched with chaotic elements. Are we bringing back the Seereax games though? We got to. We got to. I might do a Seereax games on Sparking Zero as well. Why not? I don't even know what music is on. Hold up. How's the music audio level? Is it fine right now? Hopefully. Still no crown yet. I watched Sam and Pac duel. I watched it live, so doing a reaction would be kind of irrelevant. I know the result. Ooh, the new K9 Ripper /M. I forgot what this guy does too. Piercing damage. If this card is special summoned by a spell or trap, okay. Or K9 spell or trap, target up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and or banishment, shuffle them into the deck. Solid. When your opponent activates a monster effect, detach 2 materials. Oh, it's a negate. Then destroy all cards on the field. So I've dueled a lot of K9 in Master Duel lately. I was actually talking to Dino about this yesterday. And let's just say I'm glad this isn't here, because this would hurt me. That is a strong card. Piercing? Piercing what? Piercing the veil? I don't have a piercing. Oh, piercing damage. Yeah, I forgot what you, yeah. This does do piercing damage. That's what it says. So, if you don't know what that is, normally when a card is in defense mode, you take no damage from an attack from another monster. However, if the monster that's attacking can do piercing damage, then it will inflict damage equal to the difference in the attacking monster's attack points in your defending monster's defense points. That's what piercing damage is. Basically, it'll do damage. Put that in a sleeve. It's a Starlight. I gotta go get my sleeves. My sleeves aren't right next to me. I will though. Don't worry. Come on now. I treat my cards very well. I'm not one of those people who wear like, you know, some people wear like those gloves, start shaking when they open it, like, oh my God. And then slowly insert it into the sleeve and then put like 7 more sleeves on top of it. I'm not one of those, but I mean, you know, I take care of it. I'm one of those people who actually plays with the cards though. So like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know when I'm going to be playing that. I have played K9 actually, not in real life, but I've tested some K9 concepts and I found it pretty cool, but I have this bad habit of, I wouldn't call it a bad habit, but when everyone is playing a deck, or if I feel like it's oversaturated, a lot of people are playing a particular deck, it turns me off from wanting to play that deck. Which is why at my regional, I played Archfiends. This is a great card for Archfiends, by the way, but we'll get into that whenever I break down the deck that I played. I hate mirror matches. I always play Rogue. And there's something satisfying about it too. Look, I get it, because I think people who play like the top meta stuff, they make fun of, you know, Rogue player mentality, because they'll be like, oh, you think you're good because you play a deck that's not as good or whatever. And I'm like, no, but I'd be lying if I were to say it doesn't give me a boost of adrenaline or dopamine when I beat one of the established meta decks with some deck that I threw together that nobody had on their radar. Yeah, I do. It feels good. I play Gimmick Puppet X Horus. So you're trying to get rid of my life points before I can play. You're a villain. You're a villain. There we go. That should be a little better. It's a puppet show, innit? I'm surprised because I've opened a lot of boxes of B Pro Burst Protocol. Not one Forbidden Crown. Not any rarity of Forbidden Crown. Just my luck. Ooh, Archfiend. This is the boss. This is the boss card of the Archfiend deck. I know you see a lot of text because it's a pendulum monster, but it's worth the read. I'll explain what it does soon. Let's say that card was the bane of a lot of people's who were sitting across from me's existence. A lot of the people who were sitting across from me, the bane of their existence was this card. Yes. New Rescue Ace support. Haven't even read that. I've never played Rescue Ace. I don't plan on it. Yu-Gi-Oh players read. Well, if you want to win, you will have to read. I hate to break it to you. So start practicing. Start practicing. There's a book called Cat in the Hat. It's a good starting point. Get you right. Bro, looks like he reads his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. All right, man. All right, brother. All right, Brady. Am I a Dragon Link fan? I don't dislike the deck, but I also don't like it enough to play it. It's, you know, it's a combo deck, right? The boards are pretty cool. I don't think they're like super unfair boards. At least in my experience, but they're strong, right? But I think it's fine. They're kind of cool, but they give more machine than dragon. I'm a big fan of dragons in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon, you know, aesthetic. I know, funny enough, I play Dark Magician, but I like a lot of things. I could still like dragons, and my favorite card, Winged Dragon overall, even though it's a divine beast. But I mean, who doesn't like dragons? But I feel like the dragon links, or like, you know, the Borreload, stuff like that, they give more like machine vibes to me than dragon vibes. If that, like, I'm big on aesthetics when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh. Like the look, that's why I cannot bring myself to play Yummy. Just not for me. Like if I was a character in the anime Yu-Gi-Oh, I could not imagine like my character playing a Yummy card. So I won't. It's that simple. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't fathom it. Ooh, Spenta, the Magistus Sealer. Low-key Draco Tail support. And by low-key, I mean everyone knows that now. All right, last pack in the first box. Again, we have 2 boxes. It looks like normal SpongeBob. Yeah. Dark Lord, Evening Star. See, I was actually talking to Triff about this. Well, I mean, you know, we went back and forth on Twitter a little bit. But he was talking about how the Dark Lord stuff, it actually reads really well, and how, you know, how much potential the deck has. And I actually played around with a few concepts with Dark Lord too. So I agree, but, you know, hearing it from, you know, a guy who's won a couple YCSs, 3. Basically what I told him, because he's also like the Yummy guy, like the guy who plays Yummy, the advocate of Yummy. I was like, bro, if you want to retain your aura, do this one. Win with Dark Lords. Dark Lords have aura. They look cool. I know they listen to Evanescence. How can you see into my eyes? I gotta box these up. Hold up. Keep these organized. Does anyone have this problem? Anybody who does card openings, like you just have bulk everywhere if you don't like manage it right at that moment? I recently cleaned up my bulk, but I had it everywhere. Have you heard the goofy version of that song? I have, which is why I delivered it like that. Right now, I have a table over there that has so much bulk. All right. Got another box to open, so. Guys, if you receive these, just remember. Retain the packaging. I thought this said recycle. I was gonna have a message to tell you guys to recycle, but I don't know if you can recycle these. It says retain the packaging. What you want me to do with them? Yay! Hey guys, anybody want to buy empty packs? If I were to challenge the 3 idiots in Master Duel, would any of you accept? Probably not. No disrespect, but probably not. I mean, like if we run into each other on the ladder, I'm not gonna duck, but like. Next time there's a YCS, I'll tell you guys when I'm going to it. Pull up to that, and if we match up, you know, bragging rights. Looks like the only card games he plays is Goldfish. Yeah, get him out, bro. I don't care. All right. I don't care. I don't care, guys. Dang. You think this affects me? All right, we're on the next box. Goldfish. What are we saying on a Tears of the Kingdom playthrough? The thing with Tears of the Kingdom, if I ever go back to it, I would have to restart it because I do not remember, like, I would have to get a refresher. Because I did do like 5 or 6 episodes, I think, on my backup channel that I've since abandoned. But it's been so long that I would need a refresher. I would have to restart. Maybe it could be a stream playthrough or something, but there's just so many other games that I'm interested in. What up, Shugo Ride, by the way? Hope you're doing well, bro. Bro, looks like it doesn't affect him. All right. All right, now. No, the issue is this OST, although beautiful, doesn't have enough power to it. Doesn't have enough power to it. Archfiend Emperor. And then after Burst Protocol, if you saw the title, we will be opening Maze of Muertos because Dark Magician is getting stronger by the day. Dark Magician is getting stronger by the day. If you guys didn't see the new support announced yesterday for the new Dark Magic curtain, man, give that card a read because that card sounds insane. It's the official one card starter for Dark Magician now. Like by itself, you can start your entire combo with just that card now. Not to mention the Overframe Dark Magician that's going to drop as well. I'm so jealous of OCG. I will say this, since Konami is going to watch this. Hi. Secondly, it's on my wish list. I just think it would be cool if someday, I don't know when that day is, but if we could get on a synchronized release schedule where OCG and TCG receive things at the same time someday, I just think that would be cool. That's all. Maybe someday. I understand, but I'm just saying it'd be cool. And Master Duel. Throw Master Duel in there too. OCG, TCG, Master Duel, just simultaneously bang. And then we all have the same hype. Like it'd be world. Think about it. You would triple the hype of any release. Triple. Because instead of it being like, okay, OCG's excitement time. And then, you know, we're watching from afar as TCG players like, oh yeah, that looks kind of cool. But you know, we're not fully excited till it really comes out, right? And then Master Duel's like, okay, well, we're not going to get it until like months after TCG. Imagine the whole world is like these cards are trending because we're all hyped about this new card coming out. Come on, Konami. Come on, Konami. I'm just saying, just an idea. If it's impossible, it's impossible, but I'm just saying. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be getting jealous, bro. I'm like, man, OCG gets to play with the new toy before me. I kind of bent this one, but it's a common. If you were in the anime, I meant, what'd you say? Let me see what you said. What's your favorite archetype? Which deck would you have in the anime? So it's weird. I don't want to say this because like if I'm in the anime, I can't just steal the Pharaoh's thing or Merrick's thing, right? So I feel like I gotta like take something that's not already taken. So I couldn't just take Dark Magician. Like that's a Thames thing. I can't just take that. It's got to be my own thing, right? Honestly, with that in mind, if I couldn't take anyone else's like thing from the show, it would probably have some iteration of Regenesis in there, which my Archfiend deck does have. Maybe Archfiends. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. What about you guys? What would your thing be? But it can't be something an anime character already has. Like if you were in this, ooh, Fallen of the White Dragon. I know this one decently sought after as well. But if you were in the anime, what deck do you think you would play? Archmage, Vampires, Fire King, Memento, Fire Deck, Teller Knights. Wasn't Teller Knights in one of the animes? I didn't see whichever Yu-Gi-Oh anime that was, but wasn't it in like, was it Zexal or something? Wasn't that already? White Forest, we know about you. I know Dino, this would be Dino. He would play his White Forest card, and then I'd be like, all right, I activate this, response. And then I'd be like, Dino, are you still there? Response. And then it would cut to Dino just like looking at the hologram, just like Dino Stanson just looking at the hologram. I'd be like, Dino, response? Response, Dino? I activated response? You'd just be staring at the hologram. Is this live? Yeah, typically on Twitch, people are live. Woo! I think I have 3 of these now. Crazy new hand trap. If it focuses. If it focuses. Crazy new hand trap. I don't know if you guys have seen the Sheena Twin Tempest of Celestial Thunder. I think you have to have a wind monster on the field. While you control a wind monster quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then apply the following effect. Monster. Wait. Special and then apply the following based on what was activated. Okay, yeah. So when your opponent activates a card or effect, so if they activated a monster effect, as long as you have a wind monster on the field, you can return all face-up monsters on the field to the hand except itself. So this will stay on the field. Every other monster gets returned. Or if they activated a spell or trap, then you would return all spells and traps from the field to the hand. This card is really cool. Really cool. Gaia and Blackluster Soldier deck. But that's the thing. Again, you can't take in this hypothetical. Okay, you got to pick a deck that a anime character or a prominent anime character doesn't already play. Those are 2 Yugi things. Exo Sisters actually got a lot better with the support that it's gotten. I dueled against a few or 2 at my regional, and they did not go down easy. One of my double losses was from an Exo Sister player. I will say I would have definitely won that game, and I think he knew it too, but he would have rather us both take the loss, so that was hype. Play Horus? Ooh, Horus? That actually might be more... I could see myself doing that. Lately, I've been doing a lot of Regenesis stuff, so I feel like there'd be some iteration. It would be that splashed into something else, but Horus is something that I would definitely resonate with, for sure. Malice. Oh, I know you're the villain in that anime. Orchist. Yeah, you might be the villain too. When we gonna get a Seereax basketball live stream? I don't know. Again, my only issue with that is, like, you know, after a long week of work, people, I just never want to become that guy. You know what I mean? Like, they got a long week of work and then their one day off is to, you know, go hoop. And then I'm pulling out a camera and making everyone uncomfortable and adding unnecessary pressure when people are just trying to, like, hang out and hoop. Like, if I was in a gym by myself, maybe. But, like, in terms of, like, running pickup, which I do every week, twice a week, I wouldn't want to, like, throw cameras in people's faces and stuff. But yeah, if I'm in a gym by myself, then maybe I could do something like that. Archmage non finito. Coder's been winning events and stuff with Archmage. Another deck that people kind of wrote off at first glance, and then, you know, it just takes somebody to do a little bit of extra digging, and then you can surprise people. This Elf Note deck is really strong, by the way. Dueled against it also a few times. It is pretty strong. We need a Yugi Tuber live stream basketball game. There's only like 2 of us who play basketball that I'm aware of. Maybe 3. I'm gonna just say 3 just in case, but in case I'm forgetting someone. Really 1.5. Because, you know, Sam plays, but he don't, like, you know. No, Ruxin plays. Okay, I'll say 3 of us. Ruxin actually is is pretty good, which surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even mean to sound, this is gonna sound rude regardless of how I spin it, but when I look at Ruxin, I don't think like this guy can hoop, but he can play. I seen him get down a little bit. Not because he's white, because he just doesn't give off hooper to me. But also, based off of his videos, I thought he was like poquito. Like, I thought he was a little guy, you know? I thought he was a little fella. But he's actually about 6 foot. God forbid a white boy have a little motion. Relax, I'm not saying all of that, man. And also, Sam does not suck at basketball. Just because I obviously had the advantage in our matchup, he does not suck. He not great, but he don't suck either. I've seen him hit like a bunch of open shots over and over and over again. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, he just, when I'm standing in front of him, yeah. Ooh, Exosister Carmael. Still though, that's hype, but I'm still in the drought, man. 2 more boxes, still no Forbidden Crown. Mine came with no starlights. Yeah, I got 2 starlights, so that's hype. But you know, after I'm like 6 or the number following 6 boxes in, and no crown, man. I will say too, crown did not have the impact a lot of people thought it was going to. I think, you know, give it time. Obviously there's going to be metas where it's like really dominant and others where not so much, but I think people thought it was going to like have more of an immediate impact. But Forbidden Droplet is still the king of the forbidden cards, I think. Forbidden Droplet is still the king of the forbidden cards. What do you do with the bulk cards? I stack the boxes up, and then whenever, hold on, for some reason when cardboard is rubbing against itself, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. It makes my hair like rise and stuff. I store them in boxes. I organize them. I organize them by set. So like this is one of my burst protocol boxes. And whenever I'm building a deck in the future, if I'm like, oh man, I need this card. What set did this card come out in? Then I look up what set it came out in, and I'm like, okay, I've opened up like 5 boxes of this set. Let me go to my box of this and like look through it and find that card that I'm looking for. Example, if I ever felt like playing Magnet Warriors or something, and I needed some of the new support cards, I'd be like, okay, let me go to my burst protocol box, sift through it, and find some of that stuff. Yo, what's your name? For you, father. Call me that. All right, next. Oh wait, before we go into Maze of Muertos, just since we're on the topic of burst protocol, this Archfiend stuff. This Archfiend stuff came out in burst protocol, so we might as well stick with that. This is my deck box. Shout out Sam who sent me this. He signed it like I was a fan. Like when he sent me this and it was signed, I was like, bro, you didn't have to sign it. Like, who do you think I am? Well, please, Sam, can I get your autograph? He's like, bro, don't worry, I signed it for you. Yeah, thanks, bro. Like, who do you think you are? No, I mean, this is pretty cool. This is like his own OC, so it's not like a character in Yu-Gi-Oh at all, but it's his own OC. It's not bad, and the texture's really good. It has the snap-offable, you know, dice thing, you know what I'm saying? It's nice. I mean, you barely see that it's signed, bro. You can't even tell who that is. If anybody asks, I'm gonna tell them that this is I don't know, Tiger Woods. I had Tiger Woods sign it. No, I'm gonna tell him it's Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet. I don't know how to say his name. All right. So, I got to organize this because right now it is not in order at all. And when you do deck overviews, you want them to be in order. Give me a second while I organize these cards. This is the Jack Atlas theme. The signature causes the deck box to lose all of its aura. All right, guys. Got me feeling self-conscious about it. Dang, bro. Okay. We get it. Let me organize these, and then we'll go through the card by card. That up here. This with the Genesis stuff. Actually, good to attach to this strategy. Was there? We'll attach this to this. All right, and then put this probably here. That there. Here. SMF is nothing, by the way. We don't pay that no mind. We don't pay that no mind. That's not real. Just a few weird scoundrels out there. That's all that is. Don't you even worry about that. It's Legion of Baller or it's weird. That's it. You're either part of the Legion of Baller or you're just a strange fella. All right. That there. This OSC goes crazy though. I'm loving Destined Rivals so much, but I'm physically sick, and a Stardust Dragon versus Red Dragon Archfiend Season 2 would cure me. The thing is, the high end of those decks is so just like we'd be spending 6 minutes per combo. Like the high end of Stardust Dragon and Red Dragon Archfiend is just like, I summon this to summon this to summon this to bring this to bring this. Humana. And just from an entertainment, I get it. A lot of you guys would mess with it, but I feel like from an entertainment perspective, there's a lot of you guys who would be like, man, what? Or like, I guess the more casuals would be like, man, what is going on, man? All right. Let's make sure that I have 50 cards here, or if the other ones are in the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. This should be in the main deck, so that's 38. And the rest must be in the side. Boom, boom. Which means this would be in the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I dropped the card, no wonder. Yep. All right. So, if you guys didn't know, Archfiends were always one of my favorite, decks. I even made a Master Duel video on Archfiends back in, I don't know, like 3 years ago? A long time ago, maybe 2 years ago. When it had no support. Obviously, the last wave of support prior to this was, if you don't include Red Dragon Archfiend, I'm talking about like real Archfiends, like demons, like the monsters. You know what I'm saying? Talking about real Archfiends, not Red Dragon Archfiend. But it hadn't had a wave of support in years. I don't know exactly how long, but at least five plus years, right? If not more, maybe nearly a decade. But anyway, Guzma, I usually go to Ghost when I go, but I also have gone to a couple other spots, so it's random. And I don't go super consistently, but I'll go, you know, I have spurts, which I go. Okay, so the best starter in the deck. Actually, you know what? We should probably do the Fiendsmith stuff first, okay? Just get that out of the way, because it's stuff that you guys know about. And I know there's gonna be people who like, Fiendsmith, Fiendsmith, But the deck works really well with Fiendsmith. But the reason why we're gonna start with the Fiendsmith stuff is because Royal Archfiend actually locks you out of your extra deck other than Archfiend monsters. So you have to do your extra deck shenanigans first. Also, Fiendsmith by itself can bait out a lot of interruptions. You know what I'm saying? So Lacrima, one of, obvious. 3 Engraver, amazing starter. Do I need to explain what Fiendsmith stuff does? They're all light fiends. Engraver is usually going to add Tract, right? And then Tract searches for a light fiend in the deck, and then you discard a card. Normally, if you're comboing, you add Lurie to your hand, and then you discard it, and then, you know, that's going to get you started. We'll go over the extra deck later. But all you need is a light fiend to get your Fiendsmith stuff going in case you're unaware. But I also always run a Santa Claus because Santa Claus is a kaiju. So this is my out for Luna Light Liger Dancer or whatever. If you didn't know, that's a 3,800 monster unaffected by everything. So you need to have an out for that, or just whatever, you know, if you're going second, you activate Tract and they're like, oh, I could shut down his graveyard. I have a negate. I'm not worried about that. They're almost never expecting the Santa Claus. Also, Santa Claus is 2,500 defense. That's important because, spoiler alert, you already saw, we have Regenesis stuff in here as well. So you need monsters with 2,500 attack or defense to kind of initiate being able to summon them, right? Paradise, again, kind of goes without saying. It's something to send with Lacrima going turn 2. Or like, you know, if you pass and then you have like the right setup, it's another interruption. You send this to your graveyard, it's an interruption. One of on this. Now, all of these obviously require extra deck. Like this is extra deck combo stuff. Okay. Matter of fact, I think in order to do this right, I'm gonna have to show some of the extra deck first. By the way, I've been using this as my field center. It's pretty cool. I just use this as my field center. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I've been playing on? Just in case you guys, you know, got me messed up. I tried not to cuss. Come on now. You know, I got that World Championship Regional 2026 qualifier for getting my top 8. You notice what I be playing on? Matter of fact, let me put this on. Let me put this on in the background. Hold up. Let me put this on. Come on now. Just in case y'all forgot. Just in case y'all forgot, you know what I'm saying? Field center. I feel like I'm about to duel right now, huh? I feel like I'm about to duel. Let me not, but this is where the field center would go, but yeah. Anyway, this is a better. We get it. You tried getting top 8 in a tournament with 200 players. Yeah, I tried and I succeeded. Bot boy. Anyway. All right, so let's put those back out. Boom, boom. So Fiendsmith stuff goes without saying. I'll explain the extra deck in a second. Royal Archfiend. Okay, this is the card that will lock you out of your extra deck, but what it does is you contribute it from either your hand or the field. Obviously 9 times out of 10 it's going to be from your hand unless some weird gimmick happened. I remember one time this guy had Nightmare Ib. Basically I got Ib locked, so I couldn't special summon, so I used this plus another monster to like there's situations basically where you would normal summon this, but usually you're going to tribute it from the hand. And what it does is it adds an Archfiend monster directly from your deck. Well, Archfiend card, but usually it's going to be a monster. So you would send this to the graveyard and you're going to search for Highness Archfiend. Highness Archfiend, you'll notice, is also a light fiend, but obviously if we search it by using this, then we're not going to be going into Fiendsmith stuff. But there is a world where you could search this off of Fiendsmith Tract because it's a light fiend and get your combos going that way as well. But what Highness Archfiend does is when this card is normal summoned, you banish an Archfiend from your graveyard and add 2 Archfiend cards from your deck to your hand. Okay, so you play this, banish that, and then it adds 2 Archfiend cards, which is insane. This is like the best. This is the most important part of the Archfiend combo, is Highness Archfiend. Okay, so you'd banish an Archfiend card, and then you would add 2 Archfiend cards directly from your deck to your hand. Okay, so we are playing 2 of these just in case. 3 Royal Archfiends, because again, this is like the main starter. I'm not really good at making deck breakdowns, you know what I'm saying? But the 2 cards you're going to add usually is going to be Archfiend Strategy, which is a field spell that is very important. It has 2 bullet points. I'll explain what it does in a second. But you would add 1 of these, and you would add Throne of the Archfiends. Throne of the Archfiends is the ritual card that brings out Archfiend Emperor. It can bring out any Archfiend ritual monster, which is important because Matador just came out in Maze of Muertos. But this iteration of the deck did not include the Maze of Muertos stuff, okay? So Matador isn't in here. Otherwise, I would be playing it because that card's really good. Duke, I'll explain Duke later, but Duke Archfiend Dennis doesn't really. It's like a backup. You're rarely going to use this, but it does come up, and then yeah. Anyway, so you'd add these 2, use this, banish this, add this and this. Archfiend Strategy is a field spell, and then it has 2 bullet points. It can either 1, add any Archfiend card directly from your deck to your hand, or 2, the other bullet point. Sorry, that glare. You can place an Archfiend Ritual Pendulum monster on top of your extra deck. Okay? So it would be Archfiend Emperor 9 times out of 10. You'd place this on top of your extra deck. This is the boss. This is the boss. This guy is the payoff, okay? You always wonder what the payoff is for a deck. It's this guy. Okay. So don't worry too much about his pendulum effect. This top one where he's a spell or trap. I mean, it comes up sometimes, but in this, if your combo goes the way it should, it won't come up. Basically, as a pendulum monster, you can pop a spell and then pop itself. All right, whatever. But when this card is in the extra monster zone, it's unaffected by all other monster effects. So right off rip, it's a tower, right? Might be like, how strong is it? It's 2,500, so you might be like, oh, that's not that strong. However, Archfiend strategy also, monsters or fiend monsters in the extra monster zone gain 1,000 attack. So this is actually a 3,500 monster unaffected by other card effects. Also, the 2,500 is good because we have Regenesis in this deck as well, right? So, but what's the payoff? If you're going turn 2, that's where its first effect is good. You summon this, and then once it's summoned, if this card is ritual summoned from the extra deck, which is why we're placing it on top of the extra deck with Archfiend strategy, you can banish all monsters on the field. Sorry, let it focus. Banish all monsters on the field except in the extra monster zones. Okay? So on summon, you can. So you don't have to. Like, if you're the only one with monsters, obviously you're not going to use it. But you can clear an entire board with this. Really good against Yummy, by the way. And the best payoff, in my opinion, is if this card is in your extra monster zone, you can special summon one fiend from your hand, deck, graveyard, or banishment. Basically, you can summon any fiend that you have anywhere, whether it's in the banish zone. So if you banish something and you're like, oh, I want that back, or if it's in the graveyard, summon anything from anywhere, any fiend. So what I've been main decking, as crazy as this is going to sound, look at the IOC. Invader of Darkness. Everyone's playing Radiant Typhoon, bro. I summon this directly from the deck. GG. That Fallen and Virtuous quick play spell. GG. And guess what? He also has 2,500 defense. GG. Okay. Again, that's a meta call. This isn't always going to be the card you want to bring out. This was just like a meta call. Like, I'm expecting people to play Radiant Typhoon. So I just have this in the main deck. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But if you know they're not playing Radiant Typhoon for whatever reason, maybe a hand trap gave it away. They use like a Dominus card that turns off wind monsters. You know what I'm saying? You can also just summon directly from the deck Regenesis Archfiend. Regenesis Archfiend, if you don't know what the Regenesis cards do, this is the starter for Regenesis. Once this is special summoned, it searches any Regenesis card directly from the deck. So if you need Warrior, Warrior is a quick effect compulsory evacuation device, pretty much. Dragon is a quick effect banish a spell on the field. Also really good against Yummy, by the way. You get rid of their field spell if you got to time it right, though. Usually it's going to be Sage that you search with Regenesis Archfiend, because this is the negate, Omni negate. You just send a Regenesis card away and negate and destroy. And then there's also Regenesis. This card searches any Regenesis card, so Regenesis code comes up to this, locks you out of your extra deck. But I figured since I'm playing a deck that locks me out of the extra deck anyway, I might as well lean into the advantage of, you know, of what code can bring, which is, you know, summoning a Regenesis directly from the deck. And you can also do this during your opponent's turn as well. So Regenesis Birth, really good interruption. I'm not going to go. It's a Book of Moon, but it can also summon every Regenesis that you have in your hand, graveyard, or banish zone. So really strong. Archfiend's Fervor. Hold on, let me lay these out. Again, I'm not great at the whole deck breakdown. Regenesis package. Long story short. Who remembers Archfiend Eres? Eren. It got a new art. This is the only thing for Maze of Muertos. It's just the new art that's from Maze of Muertos. This card is actually pretty old. But this is like, because I'm usually not a huge fan of the chibi stuff, but I think it works well with this one, because it's like the little searcher, you know what I'm saying? If something gets interrupted, if things go wrong and, like, you know, you haven't used your normal summon, another card that you can search is Duke Archfiend. What Duke Archfiend does is it's basically a Foolish Burial. You target itself. You can send an Archfiend monster directly from your deck to the graveyard. You would send Archfiend Eris, right? And then Archfiend Eris searches any Archfiend card. So that could be Regenesis Archfiend. It could be Royal Archfiend. Any Archfiend card you want. You just, you know, send this to the graveyard. So that's the function of this, right? Little other intricate things that can go on with that too, but we ain't gonna get into that. Archfiend's Fervor, also searchable. It's an Archfiend card. This is a negate. Target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. You just have to have a ritual monster in the extra monster zone, which you will, because again, they're not getting rid of Archfiend Emperor very easily. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody attack into this not knowing that it was plus 1000 because they didn't read the field spell, and I'm like, I'm not gonna help you, bro. You just ran into that. You gotta hold that. Triple Tactics Talent goes without saying, and then Forbidden Droplets go without saying. One Dragon's Mind. It's basically Solemn Judgment-ish, but for 2500 monsters, which I have a lot of, obviously. So it's like, and you can reset it the next turn. So pretty strong, and then a called by. You'll notice no hand traps. That seems crazy. But with all of these engines, I've been able to like systematically break boards. So I wouldn't say effortlessly, but like once they set their board up, I'm breaking that. I'm breaking that. A lot of times I would summon Archfiend Emperor, like they'll hold their negate and try to negate this, but what they're trying to negate it with is with a monster, but it's unaffected by other monsters, so I would still banish the whole field. So that's a board breaker. Obviously the 3 droplets, board breakers. Tracked, search Santa Claus, get rid of their most annoying negate, board breaker. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. No Dragon's Mind. Are you rage baiting me or what? You rage baiting me or what? Since no hand traps, did you consider the Morganite cards? I did consider it, but this needs to be activated from the hand, so I wouldn't be able to do that with Morganite. And this needs to be activated from the hand, so I wouldn't be able to do that with Morganite as well. So I did think about it. There's probably a variation of this deck that I could do with Morganite, but not this one, because this card is way too important. This card's way too important. No Ash, not in this deck. All right, so that's the main deck. I know, all over the place, but I think I explained it pretty well. Now let's look at the extra deck. No, or I will show the side deck. Do we side deck or extra deck first? I feel like we want to do extra deck first. We'll do extra deck first. We'll do extra deck first. Just organizing it. Boom. 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 This OST is so good. Little Knight. Boom. Do 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 do. Sorry, organizing this so it's in the proper order. That goes into that. These are just generic. That's a generic. And this rarely comes up, but we'll just throw it in the back. All right. So extra deck looks like this. So we have Requiem. Obvious. I'm not going to explain the Fiendsmith stuff. I'll explain some things. But the basic Fiendsmith stuff, I'm not going to explain because it's like, you know. Requiem, summon Lacrima, saying blah, 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 engraver, blah, blah, blah. Sequence, fuses stuff. Agnum Day, I'm trying to kill my opponent. I'm bringing out Agnum Day, or if I want to make a big tower to get over a Luna Light card, bringing out Agnum Day, blah, 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 blah. Lacrima. This was banned for a while, so I can briefly... You summon it, and then it can special summon a Fiendsmith card that's in your graveyard or banish zone to the field. Usually you'd summon the other Engraver, and then you can go into High King Caesar. You know what I'm saying? It also does burn damage, which comes up sometimes, but yeah. Desiree goes without saying. This is the ace boss monster of Fiendsmiths, typically. Now, some different ones. We'll just throw out the Necro Quip Princess too. Again, a card that helps you get into the High King Caesar. Sorry about that glare. Y'all just gonna have to hold that, I guess. I don't know. I should move myself over here. Yeah, there's some glare, but whatever. Aerial Leader. Aerial Leader. Some people know about this card, but if you don't, basically this is a foolish burial for Fiend cards. You summon this, you can use Sequence to fuse into, like, people expect you to make Desiree all the time or Lacrima all the time. Sometimes, a lot of times you're gonna go with Aerial Leader. It just depends on your hand situation. You summon that, and then this sends a Fiend directly from your deck to the graveyard, okay? Archfiend Eris. Basically, long story short, if you need your Archfiend package, you would send Archfiend Eris wherever I put it, and that searches you into your Royal Archfiend, which can get that entire combo started. Or, if you're in a weird situation, you could even send Invader of Darkness. The reason for that is, again, it really depends on your situation. 9 times out of 10, if you're summoning Aerial Leader, you're sending Archfiend Eris, which I might as well pull out, which is this. Because once it goes to the graveyard, it searches any Archfiend card. So that starts your entire Archfiend line. Or, if you're in a weird spot, send Invader of Darkness, I guess. Muck Raker. Focus. This card can summon any Fiend out of the graveyard. So basically, any Fiend you send to the graveyard, you can just summon directly to the field with Muckraker. Okay? It comes up. I'm not saying this is the go-to line, but this is like a good backup card in case, you know, something has gone awry. If you're summoning this, something has gone awry. You know what I'm saying? D-Riding General is here. Crazy. All right, then we have some just generic staples. IP Masquerena. Link summon during your opponent's turn. Goes without saying. There's situations where this comes up. Sometimes you'll go into SP Little Knight. Banishes a card. Again, I'm just briefly explaining in case you have no idea what's going on here. If you have no idea what's going on here and you're here, thank you, bro. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for thugging it out with the boy. Or if you want to spot negate, because a lot of times somebody will normal summon something and then they'll normal summon, activate effect, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna chain link to Masquerena. Then they'll be like, because in their brain, not everyone, but a lot of people's brain, they're like, why would he summon SP Little Knight here? SP Little Knight's not gonna banish it in time to like do anything. Instead of SP Little Knight, you could bring out Gorgon of Zillophonia. And whatever this card points to gets negated. So you react to their normal summon if it's like an important starter or something. With Masquerena, they're expecting SP Little Knight, but then you summon Gorgon instead, and then their card is negated. And a lot of times, if they weren't ready for that, that can cook them. And usually, you're using Masquerena plus a Regenesis monster as your fodder, because the Regenesis monster, again, this is happening during your opponent's turn if you're using Masquerena's effect. During the end phase of your opponent's turn, all those Regenesis cards will come back to your hand. So if you just throw those to the graveyard, especially after you've gotten value out of them, then you know you're going to get them back and your turn 3 is going to be cracked. So yeah, that's what that's for. Unpopular. This probably isn't going to be one that everyone plays, but this is just a card I think is cool, so I'm playing it. BLS, Soldier of Chaos. The reason why I play so many high-level monsters that this card is a sleeper pick. Because if this card is link summoned using a level 7 or higher monster as material, opponent cannot target or destroy this card by card effects. So this card, you'd be surprised how many games like this card by itself can win you. if it was summoned with a level 7 or higher. This card's dope. Card is dope. Unpopular for sure, but dope. Zombie Vampire, there's a good amount of level 8s in here, so it's here just in case. I feel like I'd never summon this. I'd probably replace this with something else, but it's here for now. And then Typhon. My back's against the wall. I gotta bring Typhon out. Typhon's actually really good with Regenesis, because you could summon like 4 Regenesis monsters, and then let's say you had, I'm not playing Regenesis Lord, but Regenesis Lord is a good example. They're all 2,500, but Regenesis Lord actually shoots up to 5,000 in the battle phase. So you could have 4 Regenesis monsters, and then you just like, I'll just use the least important one right now, usually Archfiend, for Typhon. It'll also shut off Nib if that happens to be your 5th summon. Or if they have Lunalight, it's actually really good against Lunalight if you have Regenesis Lord and Typhon or whatever, because you could summon Typhon, shut off their Lunalight because they can't activate it anymore, go into the battle phase, and then your monster still will boost up to 5,000 because it's not an activated effect, and you could run over the Lunalight monster. But just situations, depends on the deck, depends on the matchup. Lastly, let's go over the side deck. Pilgrim Reaper, I don't have enough. Well, I guess I have a couple level 6s. Pilgrim Reaper I could play, or Wulo or something. Pilgrim Reaper is the rank 6, right? Anyway, now that you understand the deck, the side deck will make a little more sense, because at first you're going to be like, bro, what? All right, so first of all, let's go with the obvious. We have 2 more Dragon's Mind. In the main deck, I have 1, but obviously you don't know if you're going first or second, so you don't want to play 3 Dragon's Mind in case, like, you don't want to break, right? So in case if I lose game 1 and I know I'm going first, then I'll side in 3 Dragon's Mind, depending on the matchup, because it's a solemn, right? So that's there. If I know I'm going second, low key, nobody expecting it, I have a lot of high level monsters. Spell card Soul Exchange, amazing board breaker. Tribute their monster to summon your monster. There's been times I use this, tribute their monster, summon Regenesis Archfiend. Get rid of their towers, get rid of, whatever they have. Obviously, you have to make sure that they have no negates visible on the field, but low-key sleeper card. Sleeper card right there. And then more board breakers, 3 lightning storms if it's a back row intensive deck. Triple tactics thrust. If I know I'm going second, we'll throw on the harpies right there. If I know I'm going second, then I'll side in the 3 Fuelos. I know people are gonna be like, why is that not in your main? Low key, it should be 3 Perulia. I think Perulia is better than Fuel right now, but they're both really good. And then the forgotten stepchild right now is Meowls, because not a lot for Meowls to eat off of other than Malice, but Malice is slowly fizzling finally. Now these 2, so you know how I have the 1 brick the 1 big brick with Invader of Darkness? If I am going into the second duel and I know I'm not dueling against Radiant Typhoon, let's say I'm going against Draco Tail, right? Actually, no, let's do Malice, okay? Let's say I'm going against Malice. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to side out this Invader. I'm throwing in Chaos Hunter for Malice. Also, low-key good against Lunalight too, and a few other decks that need to banish to, like, do things. Orcust needs to banish too. But I'm siding in Chaos Hunter. Opponent cannot banish cards. Just focus for me. There we go. I mean, you guys know the card. You guys know the card. Also, you'll notice in common, 2,500 attack for this. So if you have this with the Regenesis, it works with it. And then 2,500 defense for this. But this is the big 3. If I'm going against Draco Tail, Orcust, Graveyard Heavy deck, End of Anubis. 2,500 attack as well. Side this bad boy in. It's summonable directly through Dex Engine. It helps with the Regenesis cards. And spell card Soul Exchange can just summon them directly to the like using your opponent's card. Shut down their whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's the side deck. that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. This deck cooks. Obviously, is it the best deck ever? Heck no. But it's getting better because there's another wave of Archfiend support coming out in Blazing Dominion. And we just got a couple new Archfiend cards in Maze of Muertos. So this is the Burst Protocol version of the Archfiend deck. A lot of fun. I love it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. One of my favorite decks, honestly. Just to play, bro. It's just fun. Anyway, that's the Archfiend deck. Now, speaking of Maze of Muertos, I would like to open some Maze of Muertos next. Just keep my deck box off screen since y'all hating. How did the Maze pulls pull? I haven't opened Maze yet. I think the next deck that I will be playing IRL is Dark Magician. I've been playing it a lot in Master Duel. I've been cooking with it in Master Duel, but well, I was cooking, but I've been hard stuck Master Rank 3. Obviously, this is on my main account, not my Destined Rivals account. But let me show you, bro. Let me show you the win streak I went on with this is with Dark Magician, bro. Oh wait, not this one, not this one. Wait, is it this one? Nope, not this one. Hold up. It's the wrong one. Where's my win streak at? I was streaking. There it is. This one. I went on an 8-game win streak with Dark Magician, bro, in Master Rank, just blitzing through. But I hit the wall at Master Rank 3 so far. I might need to do some modifications, but basically I know how I want to build Dark Magician because it's been working. Obviously we don't have all the support that OCG has, but I got boxes. Bing. Bop. These ones were not provided by Konami, but you know what I'm saying? We still hype. Boom. Bop. Bam. I already opened this one. This one's already open. I got like the pumpkin. I did get a it's not sleeved because I just haven't had a chance. But I did get a D mod. So as long as I got one, you can recycle it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm considering playing two, but yeah, we already got a D mod, so I hate to kill the excitement early. But anyway, I don't want to go over the ones that I've already pulled. Let's pull fresh. Let's get some live reactions. Maze of Muertos. Has anyone, this is completely random, nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Have you guys heard of Diamond Darling? Things like that. It's that guy who has like the black dude who has a country accent and he goes up to random people. Hey, you got $1? I've been addicted to watching his stuff. That dude's funny as hell. Nah, I'm not pulling from the structure deck. That's cheating because they made it better. We have to have the same starting point. Because we did. Those decks both were not great when we started that series. But now they're getting better. But like we had the same starting point. Like I gotta pull them. So I'm not tripping. What cards do you want to pull? More Dark Magician. Honestly, the zombie stuff looked really cool too. What else is in this set? I gotta pull up the set list. Remind me some of the cool cards that are in here, everybody. There's Pilgrim Reaper. We talked about this actually. Detach 1. Each player sends a top 5 from their deck to the graveyard. You can only use this once per turn. Can prep be an in-theme craft? No, because it's it doesn't mention Dark Magician specifically. How much does each box of maize cost? How much did I pay for these at the local? I bought these at the local. I didn't order these online. I picked these up. Oh yeah, well, okay. No, I know what I want. I just want the Dark Magician support, really. That's the main thing. Main thing that I want. Imperial Custom. Them freaky looking cards. Which ones? Dark Magician needs a Link monster similar to Spirit with Eyes of White. I mean, its version of that is Dark Magician of Destruction. Call of the Haunted, the same way MST has a whole deck archetype. Call of the Haunted, it actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. If you looked at the Call of the Haunted cards, they read pretty well. They read pretty well. But yeah, Dark Magician, its Link 1 is essentially the Dark Magician of Destruction. Obviously, you need a higher level monster out there, so it's not as accessible. But if you saw those cards that they're printing in the OCG, it's not going to be hard to summon that guy at all. There's going to be so many starters for that deck, it's insane. First Dark Lord. Infernity Queen. Just hopping in, you pull a D-mod yet or still searching? I should probably keep this out because I am going to try to build this probably immediately. How much do you think D-mod costs by itself? I have no idea. Are you asking me? Or are you like are you asking me because you know and you want to hear my guess? Or are you asking me because like you actually don't know? I wish this card was a little better. This card, maybe there's going to be an error where this is better, but I feel like this doesn't do all that. Santa Claus. Actually don't know. I don't know what it's at now. I know there's a collector rare, and then there's also the what's the other rare called? Secret? I don't know. What up, Hom? Keep your DMs when you get the chance. You made me nervous. Oh. My boy Hom trying to tap into the darkness. Trying to tap into the darkness of Yu-Gi-Oh. Ew. Ew. I don't like McConko. Ew. McConko. Ew. My boy Hom tapping into the darkness. This is E-Telly support, right? You use E-Telly and then summon this guy because he's a psychic level 3. I've been master dueling for a week straight. Have you lost your mind yet? Gaze of Timaeus. I did need this. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Important. Need that. Set that to the side. Let's set the cards I need to the side. Like right here. Can't believe they retrained Bazoo. Nice. I only pulled D-Mod, Timmy, and Secrets. What else do you need? What else are you looking for specifically? These zombie cards, I might mess around with these zombie cards, man. These zombie cards look pretty good. Also, the Dark Lord cards are pretty strong too. Big Bazoo. What the heck? Oh, Drill. There's a new armed dragon. I didn't even notice that. Probably one more copy of D-Mod, but mainly 2 gays. Yeah. I've been running 2 gays of Timaeus as well. I always got to be careful. The what of Timaeus? I like the pumpkin stuff. Not sure how the engine will run yet, but the cards look good. I've seen some combo examples. It looks pretty good, man. Ooh, I didn't know they reprinted Lightning Storm. That's good. That is a net positive. Flying Sea. What does the Flying Sea do? When your opponent normal or specials a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in defense. The controller of this card cannot exceed summon. Okay. I mean, against Ryziel, this would have been good, I guess, but I mean, everyone has Link summon. Yeah, that's whatever. Reprints this set, go crazy. Another Call of the Haunted. Matador Archfiend. So this is a card that'll probably join the ranks. Let me read this card to you. It's actually pretty good because I already went over my Archfiend deck, so you can kind of like understand where it'll fit in. Ritual summon this card using Ritual of the Matador. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add 2 Archfiend cards from your deck to your hand. Amazing. Amazing. Get my starter, get, you know, whatever I need, bro. It'll be even better when Blazing Domain comes out, which is in May, I believe, because there's a whole nother wave of Archfiend support coming out. That's what's going to take this deck, at least for me, over the top. Also, this card cannot attack for the rest of the turn. You can only use this effect of Matador Archfiend once per turn. Okay. Here's where it's annoying. This card is just like a tower, but it's 0 attack. Here's why. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no battle damage involving this card. After damage calc, if this card battled an opponent's monster, destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So, it's just a wall. Pretty annoying. It's really here for its search. Searching 2 cards is always good. That always reads well on any card. But I'm gonna just put this on top of my Archfiend deck. And it can be summoned with my other... It can already be summoned. Like, I could literally throw that into my deck and I can summon it because the ritual spell that I already have. The lighting on this, the glare actually goes crazy. You see the glare on D-Mod down here? Search 2 is insane for everything. Yes. Yes, it is. Speaking of... Somebody mentioned Summon Skull. I was thinking about playing Summon Skull with like Primite with the Archfiend stuff because Summon Skull is like in its text says this card's always treated as Archfiend. But it just didn't work quite as well as the Fiendsmith variant. But I did think about it. I did think about it. Who the heck is this guy? Target 1 face up spell trap you control, destroy both it and this card, then draw 1 card. If this card is destroyed, you can target 1 XZ monster, you can attach it to this card. Huh. Interesting. I like the art of this. Pretty cool. They retrained Mammoth Graveyard too. Any OG boomers? Any Yugi boomers out there, huh? Mammoth Graveyard. Retrain. Mammoth Graveyard retrain. Come back. Yeah, there's a version of Summon Skull for yeah. What Shubhilu? Shubhill? Whatever he said, bro. I had a video with Sam where I summoned every variant of Summon Skull. I had the Synchro out, the Fusion out, the Ritual out, the Exceed out. I'm pretty sure I had all of them out. That was fire. This is the ritual spell for the Ritual Matador card, but again, it's not really needed because the other ritual spell that I already have can summon it without that, so no need to play multiple. Pumpkin, the Great Ghost King. This is the payoff for the Pumpkin King stuff. I almost said Pumpkin Seed. Nothing will ever beat Revive Sky God into Exodia. I know, bro. Yeah, that was probably my peak. That was probably my peak play. Time Wizard! Where Dotto at? Where Dotto at? They got a new art. This also works for the chibi arts. Look at that art. This works for this guy, man. Look at Dotto on the screen. Time Wizard! Don't summon the DDRs. Vortex of Time. I'm getting Time Wizard stuff. I actually don't know what this one does. When your opponent activates a normal or quick play spell card or effect or monster effect while you control a zombie monster and Call of the Haunted, why you got Time Wizard on the art? Ain't even Time Wizard support. Oh, it's the zombie support stuff, I guess. All right. Your opponent tosses a coin and their activated effect becomes the following. Heads, your opponent must banish one monster they control. Tails, you must banish all monsters you control. Right. Well, I'm not rolling that dice. The upside does not weigh heavily against the potential downside. That is a Dotto card. I'll let Dotto play that one. Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts. This is the OG one, just a new art, right? Yep. All that Castle of Illusion stuff. Hey, random. Balvin, are you lurking? I know you're not, but I'm just checking. Well, I don't think you are. I don't think you'd lurk in a Yu-Gi-Oh stream, but sometimes Balvin's just like really low-key lurking in places you don't expect them. Is there a wild Balvin out there? If so, I have a joke, but I don't think you're there. Nah, I don't think Balvin's in here. Anyway, he would understand this joke. No further comment. No further comment. Hi, DU. Did you just call me a DEI hire? Wait, what are you calling me? What are you writing? Hi, DEI? What? I just got called a DEI hire. What the yuck? I don't know how I feel about that. My favorite DEI YouTuber, please stop. There is a DEI in my name. That is funny. Oh, you. How long have you been a hater? By the way, you have a setup. Didn't you say your setup was specifically for Yu-Gi-Oh? Didn't you say that? I remember you said something like that. Like you were excited about your setup because you can play more Yu-Gi-Oh now? Play Riftbound? By the way, new Millennium support. Look at the art on these cards. Like, hold on. Let me sell you on the art. All right, peep the art. You Magic player, peep the art. Okay, decent, right? All right, there's levels to this. Hold up. Huh? That guy's not swaggy? Dion's fingers crusty. That's because I lift weights and you can barely lift up your sandwich. Big. Hi, Konami. Still sponsoring this, huh? Let me chill. Why are you dick riding? Hom is just being honest. Hom, don't be intimidated by this thug. Don't be intimidated by this thug. Chaos Distill. Macrocosmo support? Yo, Konami, what are we doing? Nicole or Pat? How can you not tell? Pat's been gone forever. Also, your assumption of who's the toxic one is incorrect. Completely incorrect. Completely. Don't be deceived by the ooh woo ass look. Fucking ooh woo ass like, oh, I look so friendly, I'm so nice. No, no, no. Don't be fooled. Pat moved out, got a boyfriend, and is moving up in life. Oh. Probably to get away from your toxic ass. Hey, I'd be ghost too. Hey, I'll holla at you. I'll see you later. Good luck. Farewell. I gotta move on. Ooh, it's about that time for me. It is joke, everybody. Relax. You're lucky I don't have that dumbass button that you have, that Vine boom, the doom that you press every inhalation that you have. Doom. I wish I had that. I'm kind of jealous. What do I have? I have some sounds. What do I have? Wait. I don't have any good ones. Get an Elgato pedestal. Oh, you're pressing that with your foot? Okay, that makes sense. Because I was wondering, I was like, what type of telepathic connection do you have with your setup where you don't even have to, because your hands will be here. You'll be like hand gesturing, throwing up middle fingers. And then like, I still hear the sound. I'm like, is anyone else hearing this? Or is that just me? Like, I didn't know if that was just the aura of you talking trash. Oh, this is the 1-card starter for the Call of the Haunted stuff. I didn't know if if that was just like real. I made people believe it was just automatic. Hold on, would this work? Hold up. Would my Mario Kart pedals work? You think my Mario Kart pedals would work? Dumbasses. I know they are dumb. They click onto your stream every time. There's got to be something wrong with them. These dumbasses. Got to be something a little wrong with you if you're clicking onto that stream every time. Do you playing Master Duel today? I always got to be careful. There's been one time that I roasted somebody like for their grammar or something, and then they're like, hold on, where's like a sad song? I don't have a sad song pulled up. I don't feel like searching one. But bro, then they respond with, English wasn't my first language. I went out of my way and opened Google Translate and typed in what I could, the best that I could. I triple checked it. And this asshole said that I speak like an idiot. Anyway, bro, it looks like a 4-year-old wrote that sentence. Anyway, I don't know if I'm playing Master Duel today. I'm just kidding. If English isn't your first language, I understood what you said, and that is what's important, right? Right, everybody? As long as you understood, that's what's important, all right? But if English is your first language, like, come on. Stop watching those Rakai streams, please. Please. It's not good for your brain. I think he's racist. Come on, guys. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I hang out with the brothers. I hang out with everybody, bro. No discrimination. See, and that's the beauty of Yu-Gi-Oh! Can I say this? Wow, Konami, still watching, huh? The beauty of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anytime I go to my local, people of all different shapes, sizes, races, ethnicities, religious backgrounds, all coming together to play one game that we all love. One thing that we can all find commonality in. And that is Yu-Gi-Oh! I knew somebody was gonna say it, Shapes. I didn't mean to put there's no emphasis on that. I mean, that, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either. And hatred of Malice. That's not true because a lot of people at my local play Malice. Or at least they did. Woo! I needed this. This card is so good, man. I didn't understand how good it was when I first read it, but after I've been playing it in Master Duel, this card is so good. People are never ready for it. Summon it during your opponent's turn. Luna Light who? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have enough. Bro, this against Sky Strikers. Oh, this thing eats off of spells, unaffected by everything. Amazing card. Put that in this file. The thing about Konami, like, they know me well enough, bro. Like, I can get away with some of these jokes. They're not gonna be like, hey, we didn't like that joke you made at this part. Or will you? Come on. Come on, Konami. Come on. We're good. We're good. It's not like I'm the hash slinging slur slinger. You know what I'm saying? A few lighthearted jokes here and there. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. Come on now. Come on now. Konami gonna send you a tip for all these good jokes? See, that's what I need more of, man. See, look, there's even these cute cards, guys. Wow. Wow. Not my cup of tea, though. You guys know me. I like monsters. I like a monster card. You know they're called monster cards, right, guys? I like when monsters look like monsters. That's so funny. This is a monster card, by the way. I summon my monster! Maiden in love. Monster? Really? I'm back from lifting heavy objects. What'd you pull? Nothing crazy. We are on the Mesa Muertos right now. I never pulled the crown. But, you know, I got the essentials. I got the essentials so far. But I still have 2.5 other boxes to go through. I got the essentials. I didn't get demod yet. How many boxes have you opened? I also made this joke. If Balvin's not here, but I made this joke for Balvin. I'm not gonna say anything else. One box? One box? I mean, that's pretty good for one box. And illusion gates? 2 of them? Jeez. All right, we're gonna start going through these a little quicker. They forgot to include text. I heard, I haven't got the collector's rare of Dmod, but I have heard that that it's great. Hi, Konami. You know, you just really gotta look. You know, you just gotta look. Gotta make sure. You know, honestly, they're just trying to make sure that you're going to the eye doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that your vision's straight. Pumpkin, the king of grave ghosts. We gotta play this for Halloween, huh? What if I had a Month of Mayhem video, but like it's me going to locals with this deck? I'll wear the glasses, the those Ray-Ban glasses with the camera on it. Go to a local. Would that be fine? That would be gas. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be the best way, because my biggest thing, because I've wanted to record locals content, but I never knew how without being too invasive. I don't want to bring the whole camera set up, like big top down camera, you know what I'm saying? Even though that would like give me the best quality, I don't want to do all that, you know? But those glasses, okay. But you know me, I'm a hippie. I'm gonna have to get like anti-EMF stuff, you know, to go on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't want it like leaching into my brain, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that it's just hippie talk. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. It's just crazy. You know, I'm just a crazy guy. I'm just a crazy guy. My fault. My fault. Mute up. My fault. Let me mute that one up. My fault. Do you have to leave in like an hour? Yes. Don't make me nervous. Yes, I do. Dun 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 dun. All right, I pulled this earlier, but I didn't read it. I want to read it because it sounds like a good starter. Discard this card, add one Call of the Haunted or one spell trap that mentions it from the deck to the hand. If this card is special summoned, you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster cannot attack. Also, its effects are negated. Also, it cannot be used as material for a Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Link summon. You can only use each of... Ooh, I get it, because it's like Medusa. So it's like frozen. You're staring at it with your snake hair and your big googly eyes, freezing it in place so it can't become an extra deck monster. That's pretty cool. And also you discard it, but then you add Call of the Haunted, so you use Call of the Haunted to bring it back out. Shut down a combo. Sounds pretty good. When do I come back? There's just things. I'll text you, because obviously I would come back like 30 minutes after that. But then after that, it's like this. And then after this, it's like that type, you know what I'm saying? Type shoot. But I'll let you know what those things are. I'll text you. Hey. 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 Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Bow, 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 bow. What y'all know about this? I could have been the #1 beatboxer on earth if I wasn't cooking over here with this, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, so much talent. Hey, I'll turn it up, don't worry. Condemned Dark Lord. Good card. Hey pal, remember when you also said you were gonna play golf with me last night and then I watched you go offline and I wasn't crying or anything? Me when I say maybe. I'm safe no matter what I do because I said maybe. Anyway, I don't want to get in copyright trouble. I said maybe, bro. I didn't know. We should have, honestly, that is on me. I should have just finished that one duel and then started playing. But I played like 3 other duels after that. And then one thing led to another and I had to leave, bro. Like, my bad. Can I say sorry? My fault. How about I just say my bad, bro? Maybe it's a nice way of saying no. No, when I say maybe, there's like a 10% chance that I show up type. Des Koala, why did this get a reprint? I don't know, I put some emphasis on that. I wasn't even trying to do that. Why did this get a reprint? I think I was trying to like make sure it was a reprint and not like a retrain. Inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. Why do they reprint this? Oh, for the chibi art? See, this works for the chibi art, by the way. My issue with... I don't want to say issue with chibi art, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's whatever. But when they have a card that has so much aura, and then they take away all of its aura for the chibi stuff, I'm like, man, who are you appealing to? I want my monsters to look like monsters. Like, don't take somebody who has all the sauce, all the drip in the world, and then turn them into a chibi. Loss of aura. They did that to Diabell with the chibi. It's like, man, where are their aura? Bro, this is Elemental Hero Sparkman if he was on like PBS Kids or something.
I got electricity. I'm gonna shock you. Whoa! I'm Elemental Hero Sparkman. Whoa! Hey kids, it's Elemental Hero Sparkman. He's gonna shock you. He's shocking.
My bad. It looks good though. Yeah, I will say this chibi art, jokes aside, does look good. Obviously, it's a little more kiddie, but I don't think it doesn't look bad or anything. Let me see what the Diabell looks like. I actually don't know if I've... I'm not gonna put it on... It doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously it is a loss. Hiccup, burp. It is a loss of aura a little bit, but... Yeah, I would definitely be playing the original. If I was playing that card. Boom, boom, bum, bum. Them including Silvera in it makes me sick, but still. Oh, makes it sick. I was like, why does that make you sick? That's kind of cool of me, but you mean to make it sick. That is a completely different sentence. All right, we got 2 more boxes of Maze of Muertos. Bum, bum. I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard from some people at my local, and you guys can confirm or deny it, that some of the Dark Magician stuff seems to be kind of short printed. I don't know if that's true. Something I heard. Could be false, could be blatantly false. Seereax about to pull Uriah. Make a whole deck around Santa Claus featuring Space Mambo. Those have no synergy at all. But I have used many competitive decks with Santa Claus. If I play anything with Space Mambo, it's actually doable now that Primite exists. Primite Space Mambo slot. Space Mambo. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. What does this do? Target one face-up card your opponent controls. Apply this effect based on the number of cards in their graveyard with that face-up name. Destroy it, banish it, banish it. Also, yeah. Go into local with Space Mambo. I don't know how everyone's locals are typically, but my locals is like comp. Like they're good. So basically my point is, if I pulled up with Space Mambo, right, you know what I mean? Like I could for the meme, but it would just be like Primite's the only engine. I'd have to find other water / fish support that can blend well with Space Mambo. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, ooh, I didn't even know they reprinted Purge. That's nice. I mean, I already have 3, but that's nice for the people who don't have Purge. A little bit of a lower rarity, easier to pull sort of situation. Ours is very good. Rare and sleeveless be having all the regional toppers and winners. Yeah, I think that one that I got top 8 at, the local I normally go to, I think 2 or 3 of the 8 of the top 8 were people who go to my local. And it's my local isn't just like one state, by the way. It's like all the surrounding states too. So like there was people coming, like drove all the way from like Iowa, Nebraska, like, you know what I'm saying, to Denver to participate. So but yeah, it's decent comp. Got another one of these. I only need one. Obviously, we're not playing 2 of these in the extra deck, but nice to have. That card is busted. I love it. Underrated, bro. I was talking about it. You weren't here, but I've won so many games with that card because people didn't know how to out it, or they thought they could run over it, but then obviously damage step counts up all the spells in both of our graveyards, gain that attack, and it's permanent gain, and it's unaffected by all monster effects. It's tough to deal with if you don't know how to read, which a lot of people don't. Yep, you summon it during I mean, you can summon it during your turn or their turn, but well, it depends on how you summon it. Obviously, if you summon it with Gaze of Timaeus, you want to summon it anyway. But yeah, no, that card is really good. I've gotten Uriah a lot, not the alt art though. I don't know why they printed that. Well, that was back when Dark Magician had almost nothing. I have that card too. Hold up. Because I thought of that a long time ago. Before we even knew Dark Magician support was coming out, I saw that card and I was like, man, how can I make this card work? Obviously, without the support, I didn't find how to do that. I'm 99% sure I have that card. Another card that I think is really cool. This card is so cool. I wish they would release this. Palladium Oracle Mana. It's not extremely strong or anything, but it's cool. It's another Palladium. This basically, your Soul Servant, if you were playing all of the cards, could draw you 4 cards. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Trying to see if I have the ritual monster that Dino is talking about. Not in this stat. I do have it. I'm just trying to see if it's near me. I'm gonna need that. Chaos Max. Basically, it's a turn skip. All right. I don't know whether or not I'll find it right now, but I love this alt art, by the way. The card isn't good enough to like warrant playing, but this Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, I like the art of this. Do I not have it? I thought I did. I might play Celine. Celine might be decent in yeah, QCR Celine, whatever, guys. Like, who cares? You know, hold that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Celine could be decent in Dark Magician. I don't know if I'll play it. I'm gonna throw it off to the side just in case. Could be a world where that's decent. All right, then this is bulk right here. Use her to res Dragoon. So does the Chaos guy. The Fusion Chaos. You know who I'm talking about. I forget his name exactly, but he can summon Dragoon back from the graveyard as well. Anyway, I'll track that card down in a sec. I don't know exactly. I think it's in a box somewhere. I lied. It's driving me crazy. I'm going to find it right now after I open this pack. Is this Masked Hero Dusk Crow any good, by the way? Is that a reprint or a new card? I actually don't know. I don't know anything about heroes. One second. I think I found it. Tiki the Great, appreciate you. There it is. I knew I had it somewhere. Boom. Why is this card not in a sleeve, Seereax? Because I'm a bot. So this is, let me read this card to you guys so you can understand why it's scary, okay? Ritual summon this card using Chaos form. You can also use it with Secrets of Dark Magic because that can either ritual summon or basically it's easy to summon this, okay? So have that in mind. Easy to summon this. You contribute one monster. So when it's summoned, you tribute one monster. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects this turn. When this card destroys an opponent, I mean, the rest of it isn't that big of a deal. The big deal is the fact that you summon this during your opponent's turn, tribute a monster. They can't activate monster cards for the rest of the turn. Crazy. It's a Harpy's Featherstorm. Harpy's Featherstorm. And it says if this card is special summoned, by the way. So if you have a way to summon this back out of the graveyard like Celine, then you could just rinse and repeat. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Yeah, that's not as big of a deal. But turning off your opponent's ability to activate any monster effects, pretty crazy. Sad this card won't ever come out in Master Duel. It's not sad, actually. It's bittersweet, right? So if you guys didn't know, because the art of this is by Takahashi, I don't know exactly, like, you can even see his signature in the top right corner. It's in red text. Obviously very unfortunate events that occurred, you know, with his passing. I don't know if it's just out of a certain level of respect, because in my eyes, and this is just my opinion, I'm not, you know, going back and forth because, you know, I'm sure they have their reasons. Maybe there's something that he wrote out that I don't know. But in my eyes, you respect him more by releasing the cards that he drew. You know what I mean? Like, to honor him, to let us, like, you know, look at this art, to play with the cards that he made. In my eyes. But there's some gray area with what happened. And for whatever reason, maybe they'll clarify it someday. They don't post these. Did you pull it warped like that? I didn't pull it at all. I purchased this like 3 years ago, not knowing if I would ever use it, but it's looking like I might. Hey, soul servant. I have other random cards in here. Dragoon. I have a QCR Dragoon somewhere. I think it's in a binder or something. Prep, illusion. I have QCRs of this too somewhere, but I'll track them down later. Souls. Oh, Master of Chaos. That's who I was talking about. Can also summon Dragoon back if needed. This is the OTK man's. Master of Chaos. Doesn't it skip main phase 1, 2 as well? No. They just can't activate monster effects. So you can summon that during your draw phase, for example. And go to town. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's finish open these. Did you pull Secrets of Dark Magic? For some reason, the secret rare is 100. No, not yet. I haven't pulled it yet, but I did see that. I'll pull it within the next 3 packs just because we brought it up. Within the next 3 packs, I'm gonna pull it. All the alt arts are short printed, somebody says. Not my words going on me. Somebody said that. Just read in chat. Another D mod. We got 2 in case we needed 2. I do run 2 in Master Duel just in case. Probably only need 1 though, because you recycle it. But there's a universe where you want to. But can I get secrets? Look how I love how when the light is shining on it like that, you just see like the red trim of his fit. That looks fire. Because normally the glare, I'm like, oh, the glare, it's making the card, you can't even read it, bro. It's actually making that look fire down there. You know what I do need to find? Hold on. I started laughing because the name of this card. Sloppy Stasher Squirrel. Right. But what I do need to find is my did the Shining Sarcophagus stuff come out in Legacy of Destruction? It did come out in Legacy of Destruction. One more. See, this is how I organize my stuff. These are all of my almost killed my Legacy of Destruction. Let me see what I have. I don't know if I have it, but I'm gonna see. But yeah, I just have boxes from like all the stuff that I've pulled. Like this is completely full of just bulk, and then on this side is the more rare cards or whatever. Let's see what I have. Okay, that's a good sign. I do have a Shining Sark. I do have 2 Shining Sarks. I don't know what I have, so I'm not playing these. Barudras. Not playing that. I do need a... I've been playing... This card is crazy. I've been playing 1 of on this as a board breaker. Nuts. I don't even need 2 Shining Sarks, low key. I'm gonna play 2. Like, I'm fine with 2. What I need is 3 of... I do need 3 of Apprentice, though. IMO. Did Apprentice also come out in this, or did Apprentice come out in a different set? He turned, skipped Rhyme Slander. What was I gonna slander you on? The Silent Magician thing? Diabels? Oh yeah, I wasn't even paying that no mind, bro. Insight Alliance. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you saved me some time. I was about to start sifting through all these cards. See if I had it. All right. Let me see if I pulled the Apprentice. Aelin. Let's see. Surely I do, right? Maybe I don't. Wow, I'm Rhyme. I am summoned Azamina. Ah, I am Rhyme. I am summoned Azamina. I am Rhyme. Dino's been trying to cope and say that the White Forest cards are Latina. He's Copenhagen. They are? They in the White Forest, Dino. Come on. Come on. Yeah, what? Oh, that bubble. Shut up. Man. Not gonna lie, I thought for sure I had at least one apprentice. The Dark Magician Girl Shining Sark card or whatever. I thought I did. At least one. Am I really about to have to buy Triodin things? I'm gonna finish the opening too, but I want to like start getting my Dark Magician deck kind of built. Get it built a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Every name is of Latin origin. I mean, they're Latina, bro. You could be white, born here, and then name your son Emilio. I don't mean he's suddenly Latino. Motherfucker could look like a Tyler named Emilio. You know what I'm saying? No offense, Tyler. AKA Nelly. No offense. That was just the first name that came to mind. Just the first name that came to mind. Bellstar built like a Latino. All right, bro. We see where your mind at. All right, I think I have him somewhere. I just don't know where, so I'm gonna have to track him down, I guess. Just buy 30. They're expensive right now, though. That's my only thing. I feel like I know I have them. I just don't know where they're at because, again, I got a little bit of a card crisis. Got so many all over the place. First time peeping your stream? Hey, bro, welcome in. Hey, y'all, find you someone who gets excited about you the same way Dino gets excited about White Forest cards, bro. That's what y'all need. I'll take some off your table. Right. Been watching you since Xenoverse on YouTube. I still do Xenoverse on YouTube sometimes. There should be a video that dropped 40 minutes ago, I think. But glad to hear that, bro. Thank you. So you should see the vision, Gangy. What's the vision? Like, what is the vision, bro? Like, what about those cards change if they are, bro? They watched Bad Bunny instead of Chris Rock at the Super Bowl? Is that what changes? Oh my God. Arm Dragon level 10. Hey, just Vegito. It's okay, man. They're just a drawing. It's just a relax. It's just a drawing. Shark Drake. 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 I mean, maybe if Diabell is Latina, I won't impermit. You bruvs are tripping, bruv. In it, bruv. Boom, boom, pa, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. All right, this is our last box of maze. I hope we get secrets. That would be Q. That'd be nice. Organize this a little more. It's kind of messy all over the place. All right. Now we can talk if Lady Labyrinth is a Latina. I don't think so. Those are like, those remind me of like Lady Dimitrescu or whatever from Resident Evil Village. That's what they're that like coded. Like, oh, posh. At least that's the way I see the Labyrinth cards. I ordered the last two QCR DMGs I needed and they were already in San Diego. That's funny. Guys, can I never mind. No, say it. No, say it. I can never say never mind in peace. I already know motherfuckers. Oh, say it. What were you gonna say? Say it. Say it. Nah, say it. Okay, here. Have you guys seen those debates when they're talking about Goku and then they're like if there was a live action, what ethnicity? You know what I'm saying? Like, would it be okay if this person played him or that person played him? Based off of, you know, race, ethnicity, and stuff like that. I feel like my take on that could be controversial, but I don't think it matters based off of that because he's an alien. Like, I understand because I've seen people say like all but his wife, all but his kid, all but his, yeah, okay, all of them. I understand they should be 100%. Anyway. That's why I said never mind, because I feel like, I don't know. You should play. All right, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying somebody who like actually fits the look. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be based off of race. It should just be based off of appearance. You know what I mean? I'll play Oob. Did you show the cool card too that you got or nah? No. Oh, speaking of cool card, Illusion Gate. You guys haven't seen this card? I'll read it to you. Pay half of your life points to destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. Gasp! Then you can summon special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to the field, ignoring its summon conditions. You can only apply this effect of Illusion Gate once per duel. So a once per duel Dark Hole not even Dark Hole, Raigeki slash Monster Reborn from your opponent's graveyard. The card's crazy board breaker, but it's scary because it's once per duel. So it's like, do you run multiple of these and just hope you see it? But then like, what if you see multiple and you're like, oh man, I only can use one. I guess if the first one gets negated. Anyway, cool card. Happy to pull that. It'd actually be fire too if they were playing a dark spellcaster, right? Like blow up their board, summon their dark spellcaster, then you've met the requirements to summon Dark Magician of Destruction. Since this is a spell, obviously. Pretty fire. I sent on disc. Let me see what you sent on disc after I play the next song. We just heard this. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I don't know if Yeah, Dino, hold up. I did show my deck already. I was, I did that. But the other thing, I'm not 100% sure. Pumpkin, the king of grave ghosts. Yeah, Dino, you're working out, but I went over card for card my Archfiend deck that I played at the regional, and all of the and obviously I got almost all of them in burst. Yeah, Dino, I know that last thing too. Trust, bro. I don't read all the time, but this time I did. I read. Actually crazy. 5 box into Mesa Muertos. Haven't seen Secrets of Dark Magic. Isn't a Dark Magical Circle in here too? I've not seen that either. I want you guys to know Dino sent an insult at me, but then he had a typo in the insult, so it's funny. Especially considering he was calling me a variation of stupid / idiot, but then he spelled it wrong. Spelled the word wrong. Funny. It's funny. Ironic. Insult negated. Minor spelling error. Insanely low printed. Some have said about 1 per case. 1 per case is crazy. It's a good thing. Ooh. That's pretty. Winged Kuribo. That works for the Chibis. Obviously, Kuribo. It's like the Chibi mascot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna be nice the rest of the day. Good. Because now I can capitalize and be even meaner and have no repercussions. You freak. Oh, bro, I like the white forest. Oh, do you want me to fix a transmission? Oh, they are Latino, bro. Trust. What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? I'd make fun of you for playing Ryzeal that one time, but you'd mirror force my Snake Eyes into my face. Snake Eyes is cooler than Ryzeal, for sure. My defense for Ryzeal is simple. I hadn't played IRL Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much ever at a local, and I didn't know what the modern metagame looked like at all because I only played Master Duel at that time. So I was like, all right, what's like a simple deck to kind of like, you know, figure out the game? And the best way to know your enemy is by being their friend for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I was homies with Ryzeal for one local, by the way. It was like one local I went to with Ryzeal. No, two. I went to two locals with Ryzeal when it was brand new. I lost the first one because I didn't know, and then I actually won the next one, and then I never played it again. Yep, that was my story. And then I've just been caught up in playing Yu-Gi-Oh! IRL ever since. But Snake Eyes is cool. Like, unpopular opinion, 'cause I know a lot of people despised Snake Eyes, and I think I don't like when any deck is played like way too much, where it's like way too frequent that you run into it. So I had that going against it, but aesthetically, the big Flamber's dragon, the little thing searching out the little thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like embers of a fire Loki because they're pyro, you know what I'm saying? And I thought Snake Eyes was pretty cool aesthetically. Promethean Princess, cool. Unban OSS. Yeah, I think that would be inconsequential now, probably. All right, last pack. Secrets of Dark Magic or nah? Flick, flick, flick. Pat, 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 rub. It didn't work. It didn't work, Genki. All right. That is it. Let me take care of this trash before I forget. Let me know if you guys are like me, bro. If I don't like take care of something immediately, it'll just sit there. It'll just sit there. I'll forget about it. It'll lose priority to me. Bubble wrap. I am still child. This is some good bubble wrap right here. Hold up. Look how like girthy the bubbles are, bro. Yeah, it's some good bubbles, bro. Hold up. Let me hit him with the. Let me hit you with the legendary. Like fireworks in there, big. Y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why you say girthy? Because like the bubbles are girthy, you know, like they're, you know, you have those itty bitty bubbles. These are like the thick firecracker bubble wrap. Is that really annoying in you guys' ear, or is it like whatever? How many boxes did you open? I opened 5 Maze of Muertos, 4 on stream, 1 off stream, and then I opened 2 Burst Protocol before that. It's okay on mobile? Okay. I'm popping all of these. Grown ass man, by the way. Yes. 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 It's all cracked. Konami sent me, by the way, the Burst Protocol. Thank you to Konami. I got the Maze of Muertos on my own. But I wouldn't be able to play one of my favorite decks of all time if it wasn't for them supporting the Archfiends. This one came out in Maze of Muertos. I will probably play this as well. I'm a little worried about the extra ritual brick, but the upside is really good. Search 2 Archfiend cards. Pretty good. and it's a wall, can't be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, thank you to Konami for sponsoring. That's going to be the end of the sponsored portion of the stream. Actually, it's probably the end of the end. Let me be real. What else am I going to do? 30 minutes left? You know what I'm saying? Let me take a look at a thing really quick. And just take a look at the thing, make sure I'm not missing nothing, you know, type, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, take a gander real quick, make sure I don't know what I'm saying. I think I'm good. I think I did everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, tight. Dion playing IRL Dokkan? Okay. Because I was popping bubbles. I like that. That's a bar. Nobody tell Nano. Don't get Nano too excited. Can't even open this document. Whatever. Probably good. Anyway, show us that concept for DR on your main account. No. I just don't want to spoil. That's my biggest thing. Like, I know where I want to take the deck now. It's going to be hard to get all the cards that I need, especially considering the URs and stuff like that. But I just don't want to spoil. It's like spoiling what the final boss looks like in a video game, right? But you'll see. I mean, I'm going to like slowly be trying to like get these cards. So you'll see what it looks like as long as I pull everything. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming by, everybody. I will see y'all when I see y'all. When do you see the DR series ending? When it ends. When it ends, boy. When it ends. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.